saying, I'm sorry to see that they had a couple of injuries. Obviously, all of our thoughts go out to Damon Harmon. Hope he's okay. Don't really know exactly what happened, but you don't ever want to see that. Same thing with Dylan Gabriel. I hated the way that thing played out. Dylan's such a good player, and I know Jamoy certainly didn't intend for that to happen. I know Jamoy was upset about it. And it's just unfortunately one of those things that happened. So, my thoughts are with those guys, and I hope they're both back quickly and playing for Oklahoma. Just really proud of our effort today. I thought the guys were really ready to play. I thought we had a good week of practice. It seemed to me that they were really dialed in and focused, and we had a great game plan on both sides of the ball. Thought we played really, really well defensively. That's a very explosive offense, and we limited their big plays. Then had a bunch of big plays on offense. That's the formula for us right now. Is if we can make big plays and take care of the ball, then good things are going to happen for us. Really thought Max played well. Seemed like he was really calm. Again, made good decisions. Was really proud of kind of how he played. To me, I thought we really played well up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Thought the defensive front really played well. It's a good offensive line at Oklahoma. That's always how they build their program. And thought that we held up really well up front defensively. And then I thought the offensive line certainly played the best football they played. It gave us an opportunity to get the ball down the field to some guys who can make big plays, and it was good to see those guys do that. And so, we got off to a great start, and that certainly makes things easier when you do that. We gained some confidence, and got into a rhythm, certainly offensively in the first half, and never really got that back in the second half. There was just a lot of things that were going on, but was able to close it out and feel good about our guys' effort, and always good to get one.
Coach, you said earlier this week that this was kind of be a measuring stick game for you guys. What do you think about your team after a dominating win like this?
Well, I thought we played really well today. I think we had kind of sputtered around, and at times this year, and we felt like we saw some moments where you kind of, as a coach, said, I think we have a chance to be pretty good, and then it just seemed like that you'd kind of get derailed, and then there would be another flash, and you'd go, oh, this looks pretty good, and then you'd go, it's not that great. And so, I thought we really played complementary football today. I thought when we got that turnover and went down and scored to start the game, obviously that was huge. Just gave our guys a big boost, and when you can do that and get started that way and get that kind of confidence and that emotion going, the crowd was great today. It was really fun to be a part of that atmosphere. I think our players fed off of that. It was a great day for us. And I think it's like anything else. You got to be able to put everything into context. And we had a lot of things go our way today. And we just have to understand that that happens sometimes, and you got to go back to work and figure out how to win the next game. And in this league, it's going to be a challenge every single week. So. We're going to enjoy this tonight, and at least the players are, and we'll start worrying about Kansas, I imagine, here pretty quickly, the coaches. But man, our guys, I'm just really proud of their effort, and I think all week they just felt like that, they were going to find a way to win. So it was really fun to watch them play the way they did.
Coach, 5 sacks last week against SMU. You guys allowed only 1 today. Talk about the offensive line and their performance.
Yeah, I thought those guys really played well. To me, that was the best those guys have played. Just thought our guys had a great mindset, really prepared well during the week. I think that was the thing that stood out to me was coming in the game, we felt like we had a good plan. The guys were really excited to play, and I think that they understood how important it was to win the line of scrimmage. Something we talk about all the time, and so they felt like it was going to be a big challenge, and they were excited about the challenge, and I think they met the challenge. So that part was good for us. We needed to improve. We felt like we didn't play our best last week. I think we were a little disappointed that we didn't close the game out last week better than we did. So I know that there was some guys that were hungry to play better.
Speaking of plan, I guess how are you guys kind of able to slow down their pass rush or what they were kind of trying to do up front?
Yeah, I thought we sorted the stuff out really well because, they're going to throw everything at you. You're going to see a million different looks and guys moving and blitzes and that's very, very difficult to prepare for. I thought AJ and Garrett and the guys on offense and Anthony and the running backs, really had a good plan for that. And it's just really comes down to discipline, being disciplined up front, just trying to do your job and not trying to do too much and see ghosts and chase people and all that. And so, I thought those guys, again, showed a lot of grit and a lot of discipline and toughness by the way they played.
So in the second quarter, after Gabriel was injured, they scored. You guys had that lousy call that didn't go for you. You had a couple. But you guys, it seemed like there might have been a window there where the crowd lost its air and maybe there was a chance to lose your composure. But it seemed like you guys.
Yeah, our guys are really good about just kind of staying focused and not getting distracted. It's just something that we talk a lot about and take pride in. We had two penalties that we don't need to have. We had a celebration penalty after a touchdown that we can't do, and then we had a kind of celebration penalty after a big hit as well. And good football teams don't do that, and so we got to learn from those mistakes and not make those in the future. Show a little bit more maturity. Guys were excited and all that, which I get, but we can't do that. That's going to get us beat if we do that in this league. And so, the great thing about it is we played well today. I think everybody can see that, but there's going to be a million things to correct on the tape. And there was some, a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that we can improve on and ways that we can play better. But again, when you make big plays and you take care of the ball, that's a pretty good formula. And then when your defense does that, when they create turnovers and limit big plays, it gives you a chance to win every Saturday.
Your dad used to say at Texas Tech that he would play real shiny after a loss.
Yeah.
How shiny was this win today?
Yeah, this was a good one. This was, I've coached against Oklahoma for a long time and hadn't had a whole lot of success against these guys. And, they're one of the blue bloods of college football. And anytime you have a chance to, to play against those guys, you're going to be excited about it. And you're going to see it as an opportunity to make a name for yourself and as a program take a step. And I certainly think we did that today. We weren't outclassed. We didn't look that way today at all. I think our guys felt like we belonged and, really had a desire to want to play hard and to show people what we're capable of. And, I think as coaches, we felt the same way. As I said earlier, we were just kind of like, you could see moments where things looked pretty good and then, we kind of get in our own way in some ways. And today, for the most part, we didn't do that. And guys make plays.
You guys had 4 touchdowns at 60+ yards. Obviously you want explosive plays, but did you feel like they were prone to the home run ball, so to speak?
It's like anything else. Sometimes, they're moving around a lot in the secondary and rolling and disguising and doing a lot of different things, and it can be hard on you offensively at times. And but you got to give the offensive line credit. A lot of those Max had a long time to go through his progressions, get to the 3rd or 4th read, get the ball down the field, and then he made big time throws and guys made catches. And so, I think again, it all begins with your ability to control the line of scrimmage. And I thought our guys did a great job doing that and allowed Max to get, to his 3rd, 4th, even sometimes 5th read.
How much confidence do you think the team can kind of take from the way they won this game as you guys get deeper into Big 12?
Yeah, I think the guys will have confidence, just like anything else. I think we got to, again, be able to put everything in perspective. And, this game kind of, as I said, we got a lot of breaks early and we made some of them and got some of them and created them and whatever, but we just got to understand that, every week's going to be a dogfight, and no one's going to care that we beat Oklahoma, and that's not going to have any impact on next week. And so, again, we got to enjoy it, celebrate it, feel good about it, learn from it, take confidence from it, but at the same time understand that, Kansas is not going to care about this game, I can promise you. And so it's going to be our job to get our guys to play well, next week.
Coach Kendrick Miller had over 130 rushing yards for the 2nd straight week. Just talk about how important it is.
Yeah, he just runs so hard. You look at a lot of those yards, he was squirting out. A lot of them were after contact, second effort type yards. That was big for us, again, to be able to move the chains running the football. And again, that created some opportunities for us to throw in it. As all of a sudden now when you're you know, when you're able to hand it off, get 5 or 6 yards a pop, then, you know, now they're trying to get safeties involved in the run game, and now you can get 4 verticals and some things that can, you know, be troublesome to defenses. So, you know, I think that the run game again is where it always begins, and if you can run the football effectively, it certainly makes your life easier when it comes to throwing.
Just out of curiosity, did you get an explanation on the fair catch, what they saw?
Yeah, he just said that, he said he waved, I guess, early when the punt was first playing. I don't know. I didn't see that, but that was the explanation.
Well, back to Kendra, do you think he gets enough attention nationally for what he does at the running back?
You know, I don't think so. I mean, I'm hoping that he'll start to. You know, I think that's the whole thing with us, and I think our guys have really been good about that stuff. About, you know, look, we don't really care what anybody thinks or anybody says, or if we get attention, or if any of that stuff. I mean, you know, because we can't control that, and Kendra can't control, you know, what somebody writes about him or says about him, but he can control the way he prepares and the attitude and toughness that he plays with on Saturday, and so, you know, I think he's really in a good place. I mean, I think he's a outstanding running back. I mean, I'm certainly glad that we don't have to play against him. I'm glad he's on our team, and you know, and again, that running back rotation that we have allows him to stay fresh and stay strong and stay healthy. And so that's been a big part of his success is, you know, obviously the guys up front and also the supporting cast that he has with the other running backs, and they all play off each other and you know, make each other better.
So Kansas versus Big 12 for Kansas versus TCU for Big 12 supremacy.
Yeah, just the way everybody said, just what everybody said at the beginning of the season. You know, how'd their game end? They were
It's
just
7-0 into the second. Kansas is winning.
Okay, all right, because they were, what are they, 2:30 game?
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were 11 or 2:30 today.
We'll go 2 more questions if you have them.
Coach, secondary last week gave up some yards and some penalties. What can you say about the performance holding Oklahoma under 200 yards passing?
Yeah, I thought they competed hard. I mean, I really did. You know, I thought Trey played like Trey. You know, I think I thought he really competed hard. He was disruptive. He played physical. You know, Josh Newton's the same thing. When your corners compete the way that those 2 guys compete, it gives you a chance. You know, both of them have a lot of pride in their performance. Neither one of them want to ever give up a catch, much less a yard. And so it all begins with that mentality. And so those guys I thought did a great job. And then our safeties, you know, did some good things. And again, we limited big plays, and that was going to be huge. I mean, that's a team that historically makes a ton of big plays. They had made big plays this season, whether it was in the run game or the pass game. And you know, I thought those guys really played well and did a great job of just paying attention and getting their job done.
Coach, considering how the game played out, what were your thoughts on the fans rushing the field after the game? Was that something that was expected?
Yeah, certainly. You know, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't expect it. It was fun. It was great to see a bunch of students. They were excited. I know our players appreciated it. So it was good to see. You know, the thing you always worry about with that is just making sure that the opposing team can get off the field, everybody's safe, and it seemed like there weren't any issues. And so, proud of our fans. It was great to have a chance to celebrate with the students. It's always a blast. I know their players always look forward to celebrating with their classmates. I mean, those guys are in classes together and know each other and, you know, are invested in each other. And so it's really cool when they can celebrate together.